we are going to be moving forward in the research process. So first step, let's just go back into the research folder. We're going to check the research contract here. Okay, and what we want to see is what is due next. So we have here some notes we made from last time. Let's check. All right, the next step is right here, is to find, well, also just going back to Google, there's something called Google Scholar, which I'm sure you've heard of before. It's a specific database that has what are called peer-reviewed articles. That means that they're articles reviewed by experts in their field. So if it's a literature article, it's reviewed by other people who are writing about literature. So I can start now the same searches, but using this database. And it's going to change the results that come up. So let's go back to my topic here. I can just start by Googling my topic. And I want to make sure articles are selected. And we're just going to do a general search in here. So slang translation, a comparative study of J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye, the language of The Catcher in the Rye. And you can see already that the sources I'm getting here are very different from the sources I was getting here. So if just as a comparison, this is a Google site, Cliff's Notes, Quizlet, whereas here what I'm getting is studies in translatology. I'm getting theory and practice in language. These are much more academic sources. The Journal of Language. This study aims to investigate the slang translation in dialogues from English into Persian. That's way more specific than I'm looking for. However, it does show me that the results that are coming up here are much more academic. The use of crude language in The Catcher in the Rye, when Holden is reporting schoolboy dialogue, addressing the reader, Holden's use of such language. Okay, this sounds, Holden's speech is also typical in his use of slang. Okay, this seems like a good fit for what I'm doing. So I can just click that, and let's see if I have access to this article. Oh, it takes me straight to JSTOR, which was the next place I was going to recommend you go. If you don't see at the top up here, it says access provided by Immaculata Sal, remember to log in. All right, and you should have already created a login for this course. I'm just going to create my login here. Okay, so I'm logged in, and logging in helps because I can even if I have access provided by Immaculata Sal, logging in helps because I can save articles to my workspace. So the language of The Catcher in the Rye. All right, let's just glance through this. Today we study, okay, not only is a great work, but is a valuable study in dialect, a true and authentic rendering of teenage colloquial speech. This sounds great. This looks like a really good fit for my article. And so I can save this article by clicking up here, save. I can also download this and print it, which I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to do both of those things. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go ahead and create a new folder here. I'm going to call it research paper, and I have a new folder that I'm going to save this to, and then I'm going to download this so I can annotate it. I can print and annotate it. Now that we're in JSTOR, let's talk a little bit more. Let's just do a quick review of how to use JSTOR. Google Scholar we just went through, very similar. In JSTOR, you can take your topic, your question. Question's going to be a little harder to search, but you can take your search terms and start to plug these in here. So I can try, for example, The Catcher in the Rye, and I'm putting this in quotation marks because I want all of those words to come up together, and just start a general search with The Catcher in the Rye. And I have 1,400, almost 1,500 articles on The Catcher in the Rye, and I can search within my results, or I can use a Boolean search term like and I might look for Catcher in the Rye and slang. Okay, I have 87 results still. So I have Catcher in the Rye, the language of The Catcher in the Rye, that's the one I just found, logical action in The Catcher in the Rye. Okay, it looks like it's a little off topic. Oh, the concept of therapeutic landscapes. If I was doing psychology in Catcher in the Rye, that would be a good fit. Banned books to engage in a youth lens. This looks like a good fit for what I'm doing. So I can either click this and open it, or I can save it to read later. Oops, save it to my research paper folder, and download the PDF. All right, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to print out my articles, and then I will make some annotations. We'll do that. We'll do that step next. What should you be? The next question is, what should you be annotating for? But that's how I find my articles. So, thanks for watching part 1 of finding your research articles, printing and annotating.